Technology, it works when you want it, and sometimes it doesn't.
You do it till it's not.
Okay, I got one thumbs up.
Let's try it one more time.
I got a thumbs down.
Thumbs
Yeah.
down.
Are you still recording it? We can post it later, or it's not working. It's recording now. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
All right, awesome. We'll go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'll call the meeting to order. Um, got all of our council members here. I'll ask Mr. Jarozinski if he'd give us a brief invocation, and that will be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. I would ask everyone to please stand as we recite our pledge. At this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Jarozinski.
Thank you, Mayor. If we can all bow our heads for just a moment and join in prayer. Lord Jesus, we thank you for this opportunity to gather today and commit ourselves to carrying out your good will through our discussions and decisions. We ask that you keep near to the children and bring them near to you, reaching all the abused, marginalized, oppressed, alienated, orphaned, and those with variations and anomalies. We thank you for your wisdom and understanding and guidance and direction for others in our community. In Christ's name, who sacrificed for all. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for your participation. Council, you have your agendas in front of you as well as your packet. Is there any adjustments to the agenda? Staff?
I have one, sir. I'd like to add about an hour's worth of agenda items. No, I'm kidding.
I already heard council say denied, but go ahead. Please proceed.
On Monday, you all approved Resolution 13-26, and I'd like to add that under old business after the quarterly reports. I have one update for you all to consider.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Council, you've heard from staff to add old business. We'll add that after the quarterly report that we'll get from Ms. Coleman to address the ordinance 1326. Is there a motion to approve with that agenda amendment?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion is made, received a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. We'll follow along our agenda. The first item on the agenda is our consent agenda, and it includes 6 sets of minutes from various meetings in November and December. We've got a ordinance to adopt the ordinance 0826 budget ordinance, as well as a well, I'll say budget ordinance number 3 and budget ordinance number 4. We also have the adoption of amendments to capital projects, and we also have an adoption of a resolution authorizing the manager to market and negotiate the sale of certain town-owned properties. And we've got lastly our approval of the strategic planning document. All these items will be approved with one motion unless requested by a council member to remove that item and or replace it somewhere else in the agenda. Is there a motion to approve our consent?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Is there a second?
We have some time to debate and discuss this?
Yes,
We have a rather short meeting tonight.
yes, we'll discuss it once I get a second.
Okay.
Was that a second? Any comment? Any debate? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. That takes us to our next item on the agenda, which is recognition and presentations. And I'll start with proclamations. And the first is National um, Child Abuse Prevention Month. And, okay, I actually had a copy of it. Awesome. And it does go all the way to the back. And so I'll read, I won't read them all, although we may have time, but I'll read some of the items on the proclamation. So starting with National Child Abuse Prevention Month, whereas child well-being is not just a moral imperative, but the foundation for building Troutman's future success and prosperity. All children deserve to grow up in environments that offer positive childhood experiences that promote healthy mental, physical, and emotional development, and communities that have the resources they need to ensure all families can access support when they need it, free of judgment or barriers, can reduce the risk of child abuse and neglect while promoting parental and family resilience. And whereas child abuse and neglect are preventable, and the responsibility to help every child meet their full potential lies within every community member, organization, and leader, recognizing that promoting positive experiences for all Troutman families strengthens the future of our town. And whereas during Child Abuse Prevention Month, we recognize the importance of strengthening families and creating nurturing environments where all children feel supported, connected, and able to thrive. Now, therefore, I, T. Ross Young, Mayor of the Town of Troutman, do hereby proclaim April 2026 as National Child Abuse Prevention Month in Troutman, in partnership with Iredell County Department of Social Services, Iredell County Guardian Ad Litem Office, Pharaoh's Parenting, Dove House, Children's Advocacy Center, and Iredell County Partnership for Young Children. We urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating ourselves to promoting the quality of life for all children and families. Signed this day, April 2026. The next item is National Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. Whereas autism is a pervasive developmental disorder affecting the social learning and behavioral skills of those affected by it, and autism occurs across all racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic groups, and is 4 times more common in boys than in girls, and more health officials become skilled in diagnosing autism. More children are being identified for the autistic spectrum, with rates as high as 1 in 54. And although there is no cure for autism, evidence shows that early treatment can enable individuals with autism to lead significantly better lives. It is essential to raise awareness of autism's impact and to promote acceptance of individuals with autism as they face challenges in development and socialization. And whereas the town of Troutman is dedicated to creating an environment where individuals with autism can live, learn, play, and work while being fully understood and accepted. Therefore, I, T. Ross Young, Mayor of the Town of Troutman, do hereby proclaim the month of April as National Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month in Troutman, and invite all residents to join me in celebrating the individuals with autism in our town who are so full of joy, love, and hope. signed this day, April 2026. And the last proclamation is Parental Alienation Awareness Day. Whereas the town of Troutman affirms that every child deserves loving relationships, not only with both parents, but also with grandparents, siblings, and extended family members. And parental alienation is a pattern of behavior through words, actions, or attitudes by one parent or caregiver that unjustifiably undermines or serves a child's bond with the other parent, and in doing so, harms grandparents, siblings, and other relatives. And whereas these behaviors often cause grief, loss, and emotional harm that can last for generations. And whereas April 25th is recognized worldwide as Parental Alienation Awareness Day, calling attention to the emotional and psychological damage alienation causes and urging communities to respond with education, compassion, and intervention. And whereas children and family members affected by alienation may experience depression, anxiety, relational dysfunction, and identify struggles, yet these harms can be mitigated through early recognition, counseling, and legal remedies. And the town of Troutman stands with families impacted by parental alienation and encourages schools, mental health professionals, faith communities, and civic leaders to work together to protect and restore healthy family bonds. And therefore, I, T. Ross Young, Mayor of the town of Troutman, do hereby proclaim April 25th, 2026 as Parental Alienation Awareness Day in the town of Troutman and encourage all citizens to join in raising awareness, promoting education, and supporting efforts to safeguard relationships between children, parents, and extended families. I do hereby sign this day of April 2026. These are all important proclamations, National Child Abuse Prevention, Autism Awareness, and Parental Alienation. And I do hope everyone in our community do join in bringing attention to these important issues.
Mr. Mayor, we do have a representative here to accept the Child Abuse Prevention Month proclamation.
Okay, awesome. Please come on up.
I just want to say I just appreciate the town of Troutman. So many people were able to come out and tie ribbons and just to be able to allow us, in partnership with all these agencies, to be able to do that because you guys know there's a lot of traffic that comes through here and that just brings a ton of awareness to what's going on, what Dove House and all these agencies that we work with, DSS and our partnership Young Children and various that we do to try to make sure that the kids, not just the Troutman community, but throughout all of our service areas, that they have a brighter future. And we all work to do that. And I know, like I go out to the schools as part of my job at Dove House. So I love going out. I go out to elementary school. I love spending time out at Troutman Elementary. They are just a huge support too. So we feel the love of Troutman.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a note.
Okay, the next item on our long agenda is our ABC store, um, our general manager, Ms. Coleman. Good to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you. Good evening, Mayor Young, distinguished council members, town staff, and fellow citizens. On behalf of the Troutman ABC Board, Leighton Getzinger, Kim Cavan, Steve Cash, and myself, we thank you for the opportunity to update you on the ABC Store's performance for the third quarter of the fiscal year 2025 to 2026, ending on March 31st, 2026. Overall, the ABC Board sales statewide remain either flat or trending slightly downward for the third quarter, with a few exceptions. The Town of Troutman ABC Board being one of them. We were up 2.7 over last year, um, which was $20,902. Excise tax for this quarter was $176,166, which was 22% of sales. Cost of goods were $199,922, which were 54% of sales. Gross profit was $254,123, which was 25% of sales. And our operating expenses were $104,922 for 13% of sales. The distributions, the town and the entities will receive $22,461.94. Law enforcement will receive $3,431.02. Alcohol education will receive $4,803.42. The net profit for the third quarter was $70,958. Sales to date, year to date, are $2,734,943, putting us at 82% of the budget, which was $3,313,000. Our annual projected sales is going to be $3,600,000. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Coleman?
All right. We thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. Actually, one quick question, Ms. Coleman. You all fully staffed?
Yes.
Okay. All
Right now we are.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item that was added, the request of staff to consider Resolution 1326 as we discussed on Monday. I'll turn it over to Mr. Longino.
Thank you, sir. As I mentioned on Monday, the other jurisdictions around us are also considering this resolution, and Tuesday, the county commissioners met and discussed it briefly, and they actually called a special meeting this afternoon just to discuss it. And I thought you all may want to consider a change that they specifically made. If you look on page 2 of the resolution copy I put at your seats, there's 3 additional sections added. And these basically speak to impact fees. So currently impact fees are illegal in North Carolina. And the thought from the commissioners was that if we are going to consider a constitutional amendment to change how property taxes work, we should consider a constitutional amendment to allow impact fees to be put into place by local jurisdictions. So this basically impresses upon the legislature that we would like them to consider that if they're going to consider something that's going to affect one funding mechanism and allow us to have access to that other one.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Longino? Comments?
Justin, I believe I attended a Central Lina meeting last night, and I believe this was the same item that they talked about in Geraldine, I want to call her Bernadine, was actually drafting a letter on behalf of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to forward you that email,
Okay.
which has the draft of the letter that I'm planning to send out on behalf of
That'd be great,
all the
yeah.
counties.
Thank you, Ms. Harris, for bringing that to our attention. Any other question or comment? Would like to state that I did have a conversation with some elected officials today on this subject, and it will be coming up during the short session, and the response I got was they aren't looking to totally remove property tax from local municipality, but there are some municipalities that they feel like they need to put some guardrails around their ability to continue to increase their property tax, and but they didn't want to strong arm all municipalities, and so uh, this is an opportunity to also give our voice to uh, an item I think that clearly could also help support some of the development that's happening in North Carolina as we continue to grow. Um, so with that, I would ask that uh, if there is a motion to, um, let me see, substitute the motion from Monday that we passed the prior resolution for this amended resolution, I think that could be accepted.
Motion that we adopt this amended resolution.
Motion is made to adopt the amended resolution. Is there a second?
I will second that, Mr. Mayor.
Motion is made, received a second. Any other question or comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. We will now move to public comment. The public is invited to address the council with any comments or concerns. We ask that you please limit your comments to 3 minutes in respect for other neighbors' opportunity to also comment. Anyone from the public like to speak to the council? Thank you. We will also move now to elected official reports and comments. I will start to my left. Mr. Jarozinski.
Just have to say, this may be one of the shortest meetings we've had, although covers some of the most important information and concerns facing our communities with the child abuse awareness, the rise in autism, and the rise in parental alienation. Just like to make sure we draw focus to that this month, and really every day. There's no day that any of these should go unnoticed or without concern.
Thank you. Ms. Harris.
I would like to go through the entire book because I have some questions.
Okay. You want to do that now or later this evening? You.
Thank you to our citizens who came out tonight. We appreciate you all coming to join us on tonight, and feel free to reach out to us if y'all have any questions about anything. Happy to answer. Last thing I wanted to say is make sure that you all, council and everybody, recommend people for the Citizen of the Year and the Organization of the Year. We have some great citizens and some great organizations in our town, and we would like to recognize them. And that's all, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple things I have. I'd like to send our condolences to our clerk, Kim Davis, and her family of the passing of her father-in-law. And also, I'd like to ask that any upcoming meetings that we have with the Prestige Development Corporation, I have had some citizens reach out to me and ask me about what is the status of them going past the 100-foot buffer, and when it's going to be fixed or how it's going to be fixed. We really haven't gotten a firm plan on what they have decided to do. And the second question from some citizens in the area up there is, what is the status of the zip code change that they promised that was going to happen with the development? And I'll throw one more in, a concern of mine, not really so much from the citizens, the post office that was taken out of Barium Springs. And there was talk that when development was going to start up there, and technically the development did not start yet, but is there going to be, maybe we could find out their plans to put a post office back in there. That's it, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me quickly, Justin, if you can keep those items on our agenda for future conversations with Prestige, I
Yes,
think
sir.
that'd be great. Ms. Bartlett?
I do have a question, sorry I missed Monday. The 250 parade, are we planning to do anything ourselves, or is this, I know that we have all of Iredell County, and it's the only parade that we're doing for the county. Are we doing anything as a town for that down? I'm just curious, is there any additional stuff going on with it, but,
Oh, in addition to the parade?
yeah.
Do you know, Josh?
On the parade day, I don't know. I know there is a fireworks, festival and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So after that, or, I know that we're.
That's on a separate day.
I'm wondering about like the.
You're speaking of like
social
events
area,
and that
maybe,
sort of
like,
thing?
is there anything else going on around the parade? Cause I know the parade being a different day, are we doing anything else?
Outside that day or the same day?
The same day.
Okay,
Is there anything else going on downtown,
right.
other than the parade that we know of?
There is a hot dog cookout at the park
Yeah,
that day.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe
that I-
something to
Not
check.
that I can recall, but
Yeah.
I'll ask Emily to send out a kind of a schedule around that time of anything that's going on.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
if that would be a good time for us to, I mean, I know we already have something going on in the park, but do
Something,
something
yeah.
downtown.
Yeah, I do know that I've spoken with the 250 committee out of Washington, and there will be a number of things going on around those events that time frame, but it actually goes throughout 2027. So if not then maybe we can look at planning something else at a different time. But they're willing to help support and, in fact, speak with anybody about that. And I'll pass that on to Justin and Emily for consideration. Anything else? Okay. Mr. Harris?
Well, first I'll let everyone know that I'm not gonna be able to go to the city vision thing, because I got some personal things going on at that time. I can't make trips to both places. Durham, I can be in Durham on Sunday and West Virginia on Thursday, so it's just impossible to make it. So I'm gonna leave it all to the rest of you to gather all the information for us back there. And then the other thing, as we went through these proclamations, I thought it's interesting how important that the one on the parental alienation awareness is, that sitting on this council, we have two with opposite ends. One who is a father who wants to be with his children, and I came from a family where the father abandoned us, which we ended up at burying for a while. So it's kind of odd that we've got those two opposite ends sitting here on council. And it impacts each one of it forever.
Thank you. I don't have anything outside what we discussed, and so I appreciate the comments. Let's now keep in some of the press seats conversations. They are still ongoing, and we need to continue to follow up with that and try to get some response. Not sure it's going to be the response that everybody wants, but we'll try to get some response. So again, appreciate continuing to bring that to our attention. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful Easter. It was safe, and look forward to our upcoming meetings and our budget conversations. So continue to think about priorities for the town, and that's an opportunity for us to work with the staff on what we discussed during our strategic planning discussions and where do we need to prioritize our funding. So look forward to those discussions as well. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Longino for any comment from staff.
Thank you, sir. Just quickly, I wanted to mention that we have another leaf pickup coming on April 20th. That's one that we've added, so sort of out of schedule, but as folks are getting outside in this warmer weather and doing their spring cleaning, April 20th is the date for leaf pickup. Right after that, as you alluded to, is our budget retreat, April 22nd and 23rd. So they can be as short as this meeting, or they can be as long as y'all want. So we'll start on the 22nd and plan to do general fund on the 22nd, and utility fund on the 23rd. Ms. Harris already mentioned it, but we've got nomination forms for Organization and Citizen of the Year. They're in the lobby, they're on the website, so please pick one of those up or fill one of those out and send them in to us. And then I appreciate Mr. Now mentioning the condolences to Miss Davis and her family, and just wanted to say that Isabella's done a great job jumping in to fill in this evening. So that's all I got.
Thank you. I regret Ms. Spain is not here to hear of the additional leaf and limb pickup, or she, just let her know we were listening.
That's right.
So we appreciate, hopefully she's watching, or will be. Anything else for the good of the order? Okay. If not,
Motion to adjourn.
is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? You're welcome to stay. And most of us will be leaving, so meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it.